Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch for a general reading for all signs for today, the 13th of September, 2023. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Suzanne and Shirley, and thank you to everybody for joining us today for this general reading. If you're watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can use the timestamps to just fast forward through that. Today we are reading with this adorable Marseille Cat Tarot, and let's purify with my homemade Van. This is very strong, but I'm still going to use 3 sprays in this very large room. You can find information about how to make the Van for yourself, and also how to purchase this deck in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. This reading goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it does not seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your very own sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and you can easily find all the replays for the most recent of those readings on my website at ariels-corner.com. Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com, and simply click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I do not read with card reversals, so don't worry about it when you see me flipping cards right side up. It's how I like to read. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us. And you can watch on Twitch ads-free when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. All the merchandise that we sell at arielscornershop.com are affiliate links, so we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support us is by giving us a donation, and you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. Another way to give money, if you want to give a donation, is online if you're watching on YouTube. You could use a super sticker or super chat if you're live, or a super thanks if you're on a restream. We do appreciate your support, but that's not why we're here. We're here for you, to give you this general reading today, September 13th, 2023. So I say let's stop with all this shuffling, give this deck a nice clean cut, and get to it, shall we? Okay. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous people today. We've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the Hermit, we've got the Queen of Coins. Ya to the Who. This is a very nice looking reading. So I love the Hermit. The Hermit card, whether or not you see your Hermit as a cat in real life, it's just so adorable though. Even if you're not a cat person, how can you not just think that's adorable? Anyway, so the Hermit is the light bearer. The Hermit is holding up that lantern. And that is within us. We all have that inner guide. And that inner guide can reveal itself, themselves, himself, herself, themselves, whatever, to you in any way that feels most appropriate, or that makes the most sense, or that they can do the most good. So it's not so much if you have that inner guide, it's whether or not you call on it. Because everything is dormant. It's like the lamp is dormant until you turn it on, right? The guidance is dormant there until you call on it, until you ask for it. So if you call on it and you ask for it and you are diligent about that, and you keep with it, and you take the guidance that you are given, then it kind of snowballs, and your guidance becomes bigger and more profound, and you become more successful at whatever is before you because you're listening to guidance, and you're being guided by the will of your soul rather than by the little will of your ego, which is just all those racing thoughts, just going in, bouncing from one situation to the next. So this Knight of Wands here, the Knights are helpers, and for us, what that means is what is our propensity to allow help in, to allow ourselves to be aided and guided. So this Hermit card is sort of, you can think of the Hermit as being the in charge of that, in charge of getting the right help to you if you're willing to receive it, if you're willing to listen to it. And the way that that help comes is going to be so different for everybody because it depends on your circumstances. Some of you are going to have people coming in and helping. It looks like the help is in regards to your work in the world, and it looks like this has already started, whether or not you recognize it. So you might want to recognize it, because the more you acknowledge things, the more solidified they become in your mind, and the more expansive you can have those things be. And so the more you can recognize that help has already been given to you, been sent to you, the more help that you can have access to. So the help can be people. There might be people that are there to help you, especially with your work in the world. That's what the wands are. It's about your work or your creativity. Or it could be new inspiration and ideas and just, internal pulls to go in certain directions, getting inspired to have maybe a new product line or a new website or whatever, You might be inspired by somebody happens to send you a book or happens to recommend a website to you that really brings you all the assistance that you need. But the bottom line here is that you have to be open to that assistance. Otherwise, even though that assistance is there, if you're not open to it, you won't necessarily even recognize it. And so just like the dormant lamp, if you don't recognize the assistance when it's offered to you, it's not helpful to you because you don't utilize it. All right, then we've got this wonderful Queen of Coins, and what she's all about is your ability to nurture wealth. And that's where you're headed. And the queens tend to, if you let them do their job, and these again are things within your personality, if you let them do their job, they do their job quite well. So if she is going to be showing herself to you by your desire to plant financial seeds here and there, to find ways to grow money or to get funds or to do things financially and monetarily that assist you in all of whatever these things are. So like I said, it's so different for everybody. Now, if it's not money, she can also be about other assets, such as physical health, such as property, whatever is an important physical asset to you. She is there to nurture the growth of those positive assets. And so that's part of you. That's part of inside of your personality. But for this reading, the Hermit is in charge of all of that. So you don't want to say, okay, what do I have to do my Queen of Coins thing? What do I have to do to get the assistance here? What you have to do is go to that inner guidance and say, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to be guided. I'm willing to be led. I'm willing to do what you tell me to do. And from there, you're going to notice all of this assistance and all of this nurturing and growth of your assets. All right. I am going to cut again and open these cards up just to see what else. Give us a little bit more even, just because we like a little bit more. 3, 6, 8, 9, 9 of Cups, 9 of Cups. We've got Justice and 10 of Cups. Well, what a nice day. This is great. So when Justice and the Hermit card are working together like this, you're being guided and led to bring to yourself or to find within yourself the pathway for all of the good that you've missed out on your whole life, either because it was taken from you or because you weren't raised right or whatever. A lot of people think, well, I wasn't raised with money, so I'll never have money. Well, that's not fair, right? And that's not just. So Justice is saying, no, if you listen to your inner guide, all of the finances that you need, regardless of your upbringing, are coming to you because they're there for you. That's your birthright. If it's health, then that health is there. If it's whatever it is, whatever you need in order to have your not only your needs just barely met, but met abundantly. See, these two cards here, this 9 of Cups and this 10 of Cups, are abundance. And yes, there's financial abundance because of this Queen of Coins. So yes, that's going to be a very big part of it. But there's also abundance of creativity. And there's probably an abundance of all kinds of joy and happiness that is available to you as well. Now, the lesson when you have a 9 and a 10 of cups together is that just getting by is not abundance. Just enough is not abundance. You want to spare. You want abundance and to spare. You want an overflow. Look at this, like a champagne fountain. You want an overflow of abundance. And there's this little kitty sitting inside the cup. I have never noticed that before. That is too adorable. But this is an overflow of abundance. So remind yourself of that today, that this is your birthright. Don't accept just enough to get by. A lot of times we think, well, I'm going to do a spell, and we're taught only do a spell for just enough. Otherwise, you're being greedy or whatever. It's not greed that you're indulging in when you're asking for abundance. It's not saying I will that I have all of this abundance. It's that you're allowing yourself to have the will of the infinite finally come through for you, because infinite intelligence's will for you is not just to have enough, it's to have everything that is your birthright. And infinite intelligence already gave you everything at your birthright. This is what this is saying. But for whatever reason, those things have been kept from many of you, and not necessarily because of anything you've done wrong, but just either the way you were raised, like I said, or because of some sort of weird relationships that you got into, or somehow you got the wrong idea, or something was taken from you, something unfair happened maybe even. But the universe doesn't abide that. The universe does not allow for unfairness. And so that balance is coming back. And when that balance comes back, you want to make sure that you allow yourself to have the abundance that is your birthright, not just say, well, okay, that's enough. No, don't let infinite intelligence be in charge of what's enough for you. Let that happen. Allow yourself to receive. I am open and receptive to all of the prosperity and abundance that the infinite wills for me now. I am open and receptive to all the prosperity and abundance that the infinite will has for me now. So the infinite wills for me now. So the infinite wills for you to be prosperous and abundant. So the only way that you cannot have that is if you somehow thwart that. And the way we thwart that is in our minds, by not listening to the wisdom, by not accepting it, and by not allowing ourselves to change our thinking. So right now, what you need to do is allow yourself to think about how deserving you are, and make yourself an open vessel for all of that prosperity that the universe wills for you, because it's been kept in trust for you, is what it's saying. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily always mean money for all of you. It can, and it should include it, because there is some of that. There's a lot of that there, but it's all kinds of abundance. It's whatever you need. If you need more love, don't just accept a little bit of love, accept a lot of love, accept an abundance of love, accept an abundance of money, accept an abundance of creativity, accept an abundance of health, an abundance of all good, right? And that is your birthright. That's what this Justice card is all about, the divine restitution. We are all entitled to divine restitution. You can listen to a meditation if you really want to solidify this divine restitution. It's based on this Justice card, and it's called something, Invoking the Goddess of Restitution. It's called Invoking the Goddess of Restitution, and you can find that on my website if you click on the free tarot meditations link in there, or you can just find it on my YouTube channel by searching Gatoga Restitution or Gatoga Justice. All right, what a beautiful day. Don't miss out today. Just really allow yourself to be the receptacle of all the abundance that the infinite has for you. That's what's up to you, is being receptive to it. Very good. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Shirley and Suzanne. We'll see everybody for another general reading tomorrow. Blessed be.